Hey guys, what's going on? Happy Thursday, June 15th, 2023. Couple thoughts for you guys today. Starting with new stock that I added to the portfolio that was part of my original watch list of like stocks under $25 that pay a dividend. I think it's like the list I started from before I did my research, because I knew I want to do dividend stocks. I know I want to hold them for 30 plus years, give or take. And I knew it just had to be dividends, and they had to be reinvested, and the whole thing. That was the core essence of the approach, right? So anyway, one of the stocks that was on that list was a stock symbol ET, or Energy Transfer, natural gas supplier, oil, petroleum, et cetera. Basically, stock was in the $12 to $13 range. Dividend is like 9.9%. It's not quite a stock per se. I guess you could call it. It's a master limited partnership that has shares that you can buy. I realized that fact right as I was clicking the buy button, and I recalled that I had kind of a negative experience with master limited partnerships, just procedurally, tax-wise. It produces a whole new set of documentation that you have to input into your taxes. And I just remember vaguely back in like 2015, 16, it was such a pain in the ass. I vowed I'd never buy one again. And then here I was, right as I was about to click the buy button, Fidelity's like, by clicking the buy now button, you acknowledge that you're buying a master limited partnership. I was like, oh, no, not again. But it was just, I was too sold on the whole idea. I'd already been tracking it. I already kind of sort of liked it, even though it has a very bearish score on Fidelity, like a 1.0. But I'd read some news about it that there's like a court ruling coming up soon that's supposed to go in their favor, or everybody expects it to go in their favor, and it could boost the stock or whatever. Honestly, that wasn't even really the deciding factor. Deciding factor was just looking at some of the financial numbers that I do have a bit of familiarity with, and then knowing that it had the right price point and very hefty dividend. So I knew I could buy a lot of shares of this thing over time, at least if it hangs around the current price point, and I knew that the dividend was fairly rewarding. So I had cash sitting in the account. I had wanted to deploy it onto one of the other 4 stocks that are in there: Kraft Heinz, AT&T, Hewlett Packard, and Honda. But none of those stocks was really pulling back. They were all just trending flat, or they were breaking out. In fact, today, Hewlett Packard went up over 3%, like totally broke out again. I think it was the second time in the last several days it went up more than 2% in a day. So turned out to be a good pick there so far. But again, on a 30-year timeline, it doesn't matter. So anyway, so I was like, okay, this cash is just sitting here. I want to put it to work. I'm going to pick up, I think I picked up 75 shares of ET. So it cost about $1,000. But anyways, I just want to let you guys know that, again, I will caveat this every time I talk about this here on Facebook or YouTube or wherever that you see this thing. I don't know anything about stocks. I suck at picking them. I'm only picking them because I'm going to hold them until I die. This is not investment advice. If you pick these stocks, more than likely you're going to lose money. Okay, so I just have to get that out of the way. And it's just the raw truth. Like, I am no stock picker. I have sworn off the market several times before, but this is the first time I've come in with, I believe, the proper patient mindset of accumulate, die, and pass it on to the next generation. So anyway, so I want to comment on that, guys. The other thing, I'm really kind of hung up on this deflation thing, guys. I talked about it yesterday with the interest rate decision from the Fed, and just speculating, like, why they might have paused, and the whole thing about maybe they paused because they're worried about deflation. I think I at the very most abstract, I get it. The system can't function without inflation, just like you and I can't function without oxygen. So the inverse of this situation kills us, right? The inverse of the inflation, deflation, kills the system. I'm pretty sure I got that. I got my arms around that. But sometimes I wonder, why a little bit of it can't be good. And I think a little bit of it is good. I think you'll find people out there, I think, who will argue that. I think maybe the issue is that once it starts, it can really spiral out of control, and then the system really does unravel and nobody can stop it. So it's almost like saying, like, well, a little bit of cocaine will get you high and you'll have fun. Well, what if the little bit turns into a lot? What if you get addicted? What if you get hooked? What if you overdo it? Now what happens to you? So, bit of a morbid analogy there, but that's why I think the alarm bells go off so much when deflation comes up. If anybody knows it really well, if anybody's like really comfortable with it, I would love to hear it. Like I need to learn more about it. I just don't have a comfortability level or comfort factor with it, and I need to get there. I definitely need to get there. Let's see, other updates. Working my way through The Intelligent Investor by Benjamin Graham. I think I mentioned that a couple lives ago. I think I'm closing in on page 200 out of 580. So just trying to get through that as quickly and briskly as I can so I can apply the learnings as quickly as possible. So there's that. And I think that's kind of it, guys. Yeah, just, checking out the usual news about commercial real estate market. I think there was an article I tweeted yesterday about the first loss in home equity showed up since 2012 or something like that, like for residential homeowners, like the first aggregate loss in equity in like 11 years popped up. So that was kind of interesting. I don't know if that's a canary in the coal mine or what, but that was kind of interesting. I didn't expect that to happen. So anyway, I think I'm going to wrap it up here, guys. Going to wrap it up here, guys. I do plan, if I can this evening, or certainly by the weekend, watching episode 8 of Mike Maloney's GoldSilver.com Hidden Secrets of Money series. Been a little daunted by episode 8. It's like over an hour long, and it's all about Bitcoin and hash graph, and I'm just not really into that stuff. So, but anyway, I want to watch it in sequence, so I'm going to start chipping away at it. Probably take me at least 3 or 4 installments. So anyway, hope everybody's good, and thanks for checking in on the live. Drop me a comment or question on the Facebook page here if you guys get a chance. Want to weigh in, correct anything I said, expand on anything I said, reverse anything I said. Learning experience for me, so definitely appreciate that, guys. Until then, we'll talk to you guys most likely tomorrow or after the weekend. All right, have a good one, guys.